Hi guys, welcome back to another I hauled it, but did I like it? I am actually filming with just my son today, so if you hear him in the background, don't mind him. He's just being Tarzan, Iron Man, Lego Man, Ninjago. It's all good. I have 5 products I want to talk about with you guys today, so let's just hop right into it and I'll let you know what I think. The first product we're going to talk about today is from City Colors, and this is the All Set Setting Spray, and this is in the matte finish. This was sent to me in a friend mail, and it took me a little while to try it out just because I have a lot of other setting sprays that I'm using right now, but I went ahead and tried it all last week, and I was pleasantly surprised. It is on the cheaper side, of course. It's City Colors. City Colors has a lot of hit or misses with their products, especially their eyeshadows and their face products. I've never tried a setting spray by them, so I was really excited to give this a go and see if it was any good. Now, this is a cruelty-free brand, and it says that it is made with silica. Whatever that is, you guys will have to let me know in the comments below what that is, but it must be something good if they made sure to write that it is made with that. When I first spray this on my face, it has a really nice mist, but it can kind of soak your face, so you need to be really careful with that. 2 sprays is like enough. I do like this setting spray in the fact that it does hold your makeup. It does do what it's meant to do. It is a setting spray. It does keep your makeup set. It keeps it set all day. It doesn't break apart. At least I'm noticing with my makeup, it doesn't break it apart. But it's kind of more like demi-matte. I don't know. I don't really see the matteness with it. You know, I still am getting those oils that seep through, but it's not allowing my foundation to break up. So that is something that I really do appreciate with this. And another thing that I did notice about this is with a lot of setting sprays, you spray it and you can wave your hands around and within seconds it's dry. With this, it takes a while for it to dry on my face and it almost becomes tacky before it dries. But once it dries, it is complete magic on my face. So for the price point and for the job that it does for me, I think that it's an absolute hit. I think it's worth the money. I do think that it might take some getting used to from people who don't use lower end kind of makeup products, or you're used to higher end makeup products, especially with setting sprays. I think that this might be something that you don't reach for if you have better setting sprays. But I think that if you are not financially able to have higher end setting sprays and you're looking for something that's going to work, this is going to be really, really good for you. You just have to have the patience. That was all mumbly jumbly. You just have to have the patience to allow it to dry, become tacky, and then dry completely. You just have to have that kind of patience and not expect complete perfection out of it. If you can do that, this is going to be something that you're absolutely going to love. It's something that I'm going to definitely continue to use because I really don't see too much of a problem with it. And I think that, especially for City Colors, very, very good setting spray. The next thing I want to talk about is a skincare item, and that is from Murad. I almost said Murad. It's Murad. And this is the number 2 Treat Murad Acne Spot Fast Fix. This has 3.5% benzoyl peroxide. Yes. Now, I went to Ulta months ago because I was breaking out so much. It was more like hormonal and stress. I try out a lot of different skincare, as you guys know, so my skin tends to yell at me for it a lot of the times, especially when I first switch to a new skincare brand. And if it's a really good skincare brand, I mean, there's a million reasons why you break out, but I was breaking out really, really bad. So I went to Ulta and I was looking for something that was like this, was like Fast Fix Acne Stopper, because a lot of the times when I get breakouts, it's usually around my nose or in my T-zone or down here on my chin, pretty much in my T-zone, everywhere like that. But it's these big kind of like zits that never come to a head. They're just under the skin, very sore, very red, and they're the size of freaking Montana. So I needed something that was going to decrease that, because those kind of blemishes really stay on your face for a really long time and they cause scarring. So I wanted something that was going to get rid of it quickly so the scarring wouldn't last as long, so I didn't have to worry about having this growth on my face like for 2 weeks. And so I grabbed this. Now, I was a little hesitant about this because it is $18 a tube and it's not that big of a tube. And I was like, God damn, Murad. But then I also thought, well, you must get what you pay for. And in some cases, that is completely true. You get what you pay for. So I grabbed this and I'm like, you know what? I don't get a ton of breakouts, so a tube this size, it could last me a long time, right? And it has. I've had this for literally months and it's right here. I've only used about a quarter of the tube in months. I mean, it's had to have been over 3 months since I've had this. I use it every single time I think I'm getting a blemish. I wake up with a blemish. I'm about to get my period and I know things are going wonky. I use this. Now, the other day I had a huge honking thing right underneath my nose. I mean, it was huge, you guys. And I put this on. The next day, gone. This is definitely something that works. It works very, very well for me, and I would highly suggest it. Now, I haven't tried anything from the drugstore. I do know that a lot of people say that the Clearasil, is it Clearasil or something else, has another like fast fix like this, and it's cheaper than this, and it works amazingly. I do want to grab that and see and compare them, but as far as I know, for me with this is an amazing product that will help you get rid of any kind of blemish, pimple, zit, anything that you have going on in your face. This is going to just completely wipe it out for you. It doesn't have any kind of like smells. It doesn't leave your face oily. It doesn't do any of that. You just rub it on the spot, it sinks right in, and then you wake up the next day and it's either significantly decreased or it's gone. So this has been like my best friend. It rescues my face, and I would highly recommend it for you guys. The next item is the e.l.f. HD blush. This is a cream liquid blush, and I did actually have this in, I think, my products I regret buying. I haven't actually fully reviewed it for you guys though, so I really wanted to come on here and do that today. Now, I am wearing this blush today. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it because the lights tend to wash everything out. My lights don't even work with me anymore. Everything is always so off with my lighting anymore, but I used this today. I did. Yes, I did. Now, as most of you know, I do not like cream blushes, so this is not really going to be the best kind of review because I'm biased, because I don't like them. I really just don't see the point of them. I do know that they are long wearing, you know, and da-da-da, whatever. I think that if you have the means to grab a powder blush, there's no reason to have a cream blush. And this is only in my opinion, because I know some people who live by cream blushes and they make that shit look bomb. But for me, cream blushes just take too much work and there's too much room for error with that, and they're just a pain in the ass. That's just how I feel about them though. Don't hate on me for it. Now with this though, this color of blush, and it is in Headliner, this color of blush is beautiful. It's so pigmented, so beautiful, and it does blend out really, really well. My only problem with it is it's a little too pigmented. Now I put it on the back of my hand, and I put half of a dime size on the back of my hand, and I used a small e.l.f. stippling brush, and that's how I applied it on my cheeks today, and it just went so far, and I mean too far, you guys. It was just a tiny bit. It went so far that I had clown cheeks, and I had to take 2 different powders to try to tone it down to what I have it as of right now. And I mean, it was so pigmented, and I had a really hard time trying to lessen the pigmentation on it, trying to not make me look so clownish from it. So, I mean, maybe it's my lack of experience with cream blushes. I mean, I have tried out a lot of them. I've just never liked them. But I just found this a little hard to work with. It came out a little splotchy, like parts of it, you could see where it started and where it ended. And I didn't like that. It was too pigmented. And I just found it to be a pain in the butt. You know, I had to put it all over my hands, so that was a mess there. I didn't like it, you know? I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. If you like cream or liquid blushes, I think that you will love this. But if you're iffy on the fence, or if you're someone who doesn't like to take that much time just to do a blush, you're not going to like this. But for the price point, if you like cream blushes, you're going to love this. Alright, now I want to talk about some Hard Candy products, and that is Hard Candy's Tiki, which is a very hyped up product here on YouTube and has been for years. Now, if you guys aren't new to my channel, you've probably seen me talk about this plenty of times. This is an item that I've had since before I started my channel. Not this exact one, because the one I had before shattered and like broke everywhere, but this was a product that I used before I even knew about the beauty community on YouTube. I absolutely loved it. This is something that I not only used as a highlighter on my cheekbones, but this is something that I use all over my face. I think that if you are someone who likes the Hourglass Ambient Lights, whatever it is, I think that if you're someone who likes that, you're gonna love this. You know, it's not as glowy, but it does give you that glow from within that you're going to love. And it's baked, so you can use it wet and you can use it on your cheekbones and have that really, really glowy glow. So I love this. I use it winter, summer. I use this all the time. I finish like my face, my foundation and powder and all of that, and my concealer, and then I go in and I just go ham with this all over my face, and it just makes you look so luminous and glowy and beautiful. And I think that it would work on a lot of different skin tones. I mean, if you have a darker complexion, I think that this might be more of a highlighter for you, but if you have a medium or lighter skin tone, I think this is going to be so great. I mean, I don't know very many people who do not have this. I love it. It's like one of my favorites. And the last thing that I want to talk about is an eyeshadow palette that I got from my friend Jean, and I got this from her a while ago. And this is the Revelation? What the fuck? And that is the Revolution Makeup Revolution London. That's what it says in the palette, but that's not what people call it. But this is the Makeup Revolution palette, Salvation palette, and it is called Run Boy Run. Now, I've heard of these palettes and stuff like this from Dinah, because she does a lot of reviews on this company's products. So I like to keep track of exactly, you know, what are the good and the bad with these, especially from her, because she's downright a damn professional when it comes to Makeup Revolution, in my opinion. So this palette comes with 12 shimmer shades, and then it comes with 6 matte shades, ranging from like a beigey color to all the way to black. It has a few cool tone and warm tone browns in it for you, and then it has just an array of shimmers, a beautiful array of shimmers, and of course a huge ass mirror that will blind the crap out of you. Now, I am wearing this palette on my eyes today, and I have to be honest, I did have some trouble with it. Swatching wise, I think it's wonderful, especially the shimmer shades. The matte shades are a little less pigmented, but it really doesn't matter, because with how this is set up, the palette itself, it's made mostly for either, you know, under eye setting, or, and I don't mean your concealer, I mean your eyeliner, or it's for transition shades. So it's not really going to be that big of a deal if you have to build them up, which you can build them up, and that's really, really nice. The shimmer shades, the pigmentation is amazing on these. Now, I did use this purple shade here on my lid today, and I had an amazing amount of fallout. It looked like I had a black eye. The shade, before I used it, had a lot of glitter in it, on top of it, and when I used it, all that glitter just fell out. It didn't maintain on my lid, it just fell right off and onto my face, and I had a lot of just the pigmentation, fallout as well on top of it. So it was a little bit of a letdown, but with the price point of this palette, I think that this is an amazing palette. I think you can do so much with it. The shimmer shades just kind of blew me away. You know, at first I was like, I don't know how good this palette's going to be. And for what I thought it was going to be when I first started using it, it blew my mind. I mean, I thought that it was an amazing palette, definitely worth getting. I do know that there are more in the collection. I think there's a couple more, maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. I'll leave that in the description box for you guys. But these shades are so buttery and they're so pretty. I do believe that they need a good base in order to really shine through. But I did not use a base today with this purple shade, and it is a little bit lighter pigmented wise than I would like it to be. But overall, I think that if you use a good primer, like a good base, and you use a shield guard or something like that, these are amazing to work with. Amazing to work with. I was definitely shocked at the pigmentation, especially with those shimmer shades, because I am loving shimmer on my eyes lately, and this is going to really pull through for me. So this is definitely something to think about if you're at Ulta and you're looking through, you know, the more drugstore type palettes. Definitely think about getting these. I mean, you do have to do a little bit more work with them than you would a high-end palette, but this doesn't claim to be a high-end palette, and it's not. So, you know, there are some limitations to it, but for what it is, it's amazing, and I absolutely love it. I think that it's a steal. I think that it's worth getting. The mirror is huge, so, you know, this is something that you can travel with and travel well with, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm actually thinking about getting the other ones. I'm going to look into it, because this one actually shocked me a little bit. So that is everything that I wanted to talk about in this I hauled it, but did I like it? If you guys have any questions, anything that I missed, anything I didn't cover on the products, just leave me a comment down below. I will get back to you guys and answer your questions as best as I can. Also, leave me a comment if you have used any of these products and let me know what your thoughts are on them. I love talking about products, the whole point of this video. So leave me a comment, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Sure, hair, just fall out. Just fall right out. It's not like I need you. It's not like, you know, I need my hair. Ooh, it's a little bit nipply in here. the Mary Luminizer, and we're gonna see if there's any difference. It's already so pigmented. I'm scared. Oh my goodness.